Yeah, thank you very much, guys. Yeah, Blue Otter and Shopify Rebellion Black marks. Now, is this as much of a David Goliath as the desk is making out?
Honestly, like it's very easy to look at these rosters and just kind of be like, oh, 100%. SRB, they got this in the bag. This should be a walk in the park. Everything should look nice and easy. They're pulling out some of my favorite players from Tier 2. And then on top of that, they're bringing in a bit of Tier 1 talent as well. But on the side of Blue Water, I think the desk made excellent points about how their playstyle works. We get to see all of these individual members have their pop-off moments. And looking at this composition, I'm anticipating we're going to see a lot of pop-off moments, a lot of frag potential coming through from those players. Where the risk lies, though, are if those Blue Water players are not able to secure their kill, then it should be just fundamentals that'll get Shopify Rebellion Black across the finish line. As we get into it, Ion already taking a dink.
Nade as well to Heaven to waylay the push for the time being, as both Heartless there and the Yoru player. 2Z do make their way to Heaven. Paranoia in the hand now, waiting for some kind of push here from SRB. A lot of flashes coming in, but a wide swing does result in Zosol's death. A trade back and forth. This is a 3-on-2, but look at the health bars here of SRB. Very low. Bob with that headhunter could be devastating, but unfortunately, she's across the map currently. So 1v3 on the site on 8.
Yeah, Heartless has to be able to at least find one to make this a bit more of a winnable scenario, but SRB completely just slowing things down. So many of the members, like you said, so low HP, a single shot could really do some damage. Heartless, though, taking the initial fight against Xander, is able to win that one out.
All right, Bob needs to make the quick rotation, but she's still kind of waiting, potentially thinking that a B push is imminent, but the spike being planted. Now the rotation can come in, but I mean, Heartless can just do this one on their own, to be honest. They just 48 HP.
And at this point, Heartless just waiting for Bob to kind of regroup here. Just take this one together. It's a pistol round. Honestly, even a classic should be enough at this point. So once they kind of group up, it should be easy pickings up against Nature.
Yeah, trivial, really. If Nature pulls off a miracle play, I'll leap out my seat and do a backflip. Here you go, Heartless, with the peek, and there's the kill. No backflip for me. Good, because I can't do one. There's the defuse there for Heartless, and that is a round on the board for Blue Otter.
Not gonna lie, I was a little sad. I was ready for you to attempt to do a backflip. I was about to be like, yo, you can do a backflip? That's pretty sick, man.
Pastor breaks neck live on stream as he attempts a backflip.
Oh, maybe that's for the best, because we still got quite a bit of map in front of us. But yeah, that round, kind of crazy. It started off with just, you know, two bulls just hitting their heads against each other up in that A Heaven spot. Amidst all the chaos, Blue Water able to come out on top, but it was Heartless who made sure that that was going to be a Blue Otter round, finding so much value with that ghost, shutting down all of the players on Shopify Rebellion Black. Now this time, Ion has this Bucky in hand. I'm assuming you're going to see that very fast waylay play with the rest of the flood coming through, but it gets shut down.
Fast? Absolutely not. Legs cut out from underneath Ion there. And here comes the judge. There's one. Another one in the smoke jumping around. There's two for the judge. And that's about as good of a judge can get, with a right click with a classic, not connecting, a 2Z with the triple.
Okay, well, first two rounds out of the way. Not going to necessarily call whether or not maybe David's going to beat Massive Goliath here, but it's still looking really clean from Blue Water. I mean, a lot of their engagement protocols, it's just kind of playing smart, playing it nice and close to be able to find those opportunities against Shopify Rebellion Black. But now, coming into this next round, we are going to see that buy up happen. Ion, previously buying that Bucky, wasn't even able to kind of get the dashes in onto the site there. Will now be using the Outlaw, looking for that individual potential. Actually gets a hit onto Xander. Not necessarily able to secure the kill, but still a very good deterrent to at least mitigate a lot of that pressure outside of B, while Blue Water are still just kind of waiting, looking for their opportunity.
Hey, you're already not complaining with that damage, like you said. Oh, TP away. Still, though. Two shotguns in heaven. Flash on the corner. That one goes wide. 399 just completely blind.
Portal closed.
Upgraded from 299. It's 399 now. Added an extra 100.
Let's see if he can make those stats happen here to get them up to 399, but slow rotation from Shopify Rebellion Black. Taking that middle space, and of note, two players on a bit of an off roll for them, both Satellite and Ion. We previously saw Satellite playing a little bit of duelist way before Hubert Academy went on to more of that sentinel role
Where are you?
this time around.
Ooh, that flash coming in from Heartless there ended up triggering on the clone, so kind of gave them the impression that there were players around there.
left.
Quick rotation now for SRB. Oh, Bob. Oh, gets taken down. She falls. Ion with a better outlaw. Heaven control for 2Z. However, Ion with a sharper shot.
Spike planted.
2Z falls. 4-on-2 now.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Zostal, though, will have a rifle in hand. At this point, Heartless just has to wait for that rotation to kind of come through, but it looks like they might just be playing for their individual moments here. Ion on a sliver of health. Xander 1 bullet away as well. It's not looking pretty, but they might be able to still do some damage here.
Spam in the box, revealing the position. Still got a flash dog available too. I mean, could pop flash out of here.
Last player
Heaven
standing.
player jumping down, not even giving chance for Heartless to even act in that manner. Satellite, nice little 3K to save the round. SRB with a point.
Most importantly, they're able to carry through so many of their weapons into this next one as well. It's going to be 3 rifles carried over, and then that outlaw. And, well, the outlaw, you know, you might be scratching your head a little bit about how much
I
value it's
love me
going to
an
get.
outlaw.
It's still going to be able to get 2Z and Zostal with 1 bullet. And on top of that, too, Ion, you know, coming from Envy last time, is a cracked aimer. So 1 headshot will be more than enough to kind of send someone into the grave. Looks like it might be a little bit more rambunctious here onto this A site. This wall goes up and immediately Heartless is just spraying things down to be safe.
I'm taking a little bit of chip damage. Saturate on elbow, dash into Heaven. Ion, not choosing to recall there. Paranoia does connect, close the door though, and a nice swing around from the sidelines. The Satellite is cleaned up, but not before. They get a double. Still though, Heaven here, a bit too treacherous for Blue Otter. There's now SRB slowly making their way back in main, trying to sell this fake.
At the same time, I like Blue Water's positioning. They spread themselves out, trying to get some information. Heartless has been shooting on a dime, so really just needs that. But the blinded will more or less secure where these Shopify players are.
Yeah, really nice. Probably a call for Bob now for her to come over towards A. There's the drop down. Exit in hell. Nature ends up getting absolutely rolled by Heartless, who's on an absolute tear. Don't need backup. Heartless, alone on the site, takes care of 3. Wonderful stuff from Blue Water. 7-1. Seekers up. Heartless is dominating.
Yeah, Heartless is just looking flawless at this point. Once again, just kind of taking that 1v3 opportunity and able to make that one work in the midst of all of this. SRB players just a couple of seconds behind each other, allowing for the 1v1 opportunities to show themselves, and Heartless really just kind of taking over this game thus far. Shopify Rebellion will be able to buy into this round. Satellite, though, only has a bucky in hand. Bob, sniper rifle operator looking for an opportunity here, but will be flushed out.
Oh, yeah. Dog connects, and that's a lot of blind players in main now. I'm trying to back up, create some space between her and the front line. Satellite's in the back with a bucky. Bit of an odd spot. Seeker. Gonna be swiftly dealt with, and oh, the shotgun shot goes wide. As Heartless kills Satellite. I mean, mid-control here, but this pincer is going to be deadly. Already trying to transition to Heaven, but look who's made their way to the site already. Blue Otter, Heartless, 1 in screens as well in 399.
Nature looking for opportunity, will hop down, gives away that information, gets spotted.
Almost hopeless here, I think, for Nature to get this spike connected to the floor. Ion from Heaven. Got 4. Bob left. Op in hand. And now Ion looking for this ace. Convergent path available. Wow. Okay, so they know no screen presence here for the chamber, but slowly but surely Bob creeping up. But I mean, Ion is right behind her. Surely. Yeah, there it is. Ace. Easy as you like.
I couldn't help myself.
SRB with 2, Ion with an ace.
I was just gonna say, like, you know, they're moving in onto this A site. Heartless there, hanging out. You know, we've seen some pop-off moments. Heartless should be able to do it. It's so discombobulated coming through. And yet, in the midst of all of that,
I mean, this was
Ion coming
messy.
alive. Yeah, like, quick 2K, and then finds the rotation around onto Bob, secures the ace, makes that one happen. Blue Otter, they're still coming up with a couple of nifty ideas, still kind of finding those opportunities on Shopify. Once again, just the player quality on this Shopify Rebellion squad. You know that all these players are going to be ready for those individual clutch moments. And that time around, we get to really see Ion take off.
Oh, hello. Goodbye.
Never mind.
Ion down. Nice attempt to engage. Flash around the side. Clone available too. Another flash connects. Although Tuzi taking a little bit of damage here. They're still holding onto this corner quite well. They're going to be still inserted onto this site with one flash remaining. A pop flash around the corner. Nature down. Spike to the floor as well. Not planted, unfortunately. It's all 399. Tries to go for a heroic play into that choke point. And Bob with a slight miss there with the op. So straight back to heaven. But Spike is down on the B site with 3 players from SRB. No way near.
Yeah, they don't have anything to pick it up as well. So really just becomes a waiting game, trying to find an opportunity to really open up this round. But the fact that the spike is so deep onto that B site nearly makes this impossible. Exa going to be walking up here, but Tuzi still watching this angle as Bob's getting a rotation around.
Yeah, I mean, it's so tough. Like you said, there's nothing really here to pick up the spike.
30 seconds left.
You're looking for some heroics. Tuzi, check in heaven. Male, 2 players walking through SRB, but Tuzi caught a little timing. See if Exa can find anything. Gets one, but now Heaven, they know where they are. And Tuzi playing in the smoke. Exa with a quick tap on the rope, but Satellite waiting, baiting as he perfectly executes that kill. And now 3 players from SRB on the site. Bob last alive again. Can she get the clutch?
What a turnaround here. We'll be able to find the back, so Sandra goes down. Makes this a 1v2, but still a difficult scenario.
I mean, still with an op, 7 bullets in the headhunter, looking for a shot, hoping Exa ends up popping their head out. 1 bullet will all it will take to kill Satellite. They're not giving her a chance to play. There's one. Oh, can't get a second. They were readying up the social accounts clip there, but unfortunately, didn't quite get it. Bob, once again, last left alive. Slower rotation there, Marks, and cannot get the job done.
Yeah, I hate how that round also started out with Ion immediately falling down right after we kind of gassed him up. But in the midst of all of this chaos, I think it's just good fundamentals kind of coming in there from Shopify Rebellion, clearing out all of their individual corners, making sure to find their timing. And of course, Exa doing a fantastic job at reclaiming that top space. That was very pivotal to make sure that that round kind of came through. Bob flush off the angle, but that is going to be a rocket, and immediately it goes down.
Yeah, completely denied. 399. I mean, these kind of blast pack heroic attempted kills have just not gone their way so far. 399 having a little bit of a rough one at 3 and 6 currently.
And you see just a lot of respect being played on both of these sides here. Blue Water not really taking that opportunity to move forwards, but still being kept in check by Exa outside of that A site. Meanwhile, they've just completely circulated all the way over mid. So still going to try and find a cheeky timing with that Bucky, just in case they rotate over onto this B site. But still, my eye is on Bob, who is still watching things very far, but Tuzi able to find a timing here. Might open up an avenue here on what's going on.
Look at, I mean, this is absurd. Gonna be able to get out. 1 shot left. No, not quite. Heartless Toad still with a kill. Everything's kind of weak in heaven, it's worth saying. Tuzi with a rifle versus 2. Ion with the op, though. Yeah, looking up towards the heaven ramp, and a plant comes in as well for some extra chunk of change there. SRB with 4.
And now we're starting to see Shopify Rebellion Black feel a lot more comfortable on how they want to start playing things. And I think that this comfortability really comes from Ion being on this waylay currently, because, you know, they're coming in here with that double duelist, Satellite and Ion kind of being the back-to-back double agents kind of flying through, taking a lot of space. But really what this composition allows for is for Ion to kind of go for those crazy timings, go for those crazy over rotations that was so fundamental to Envy's playstyle. I'm just going to take a swing out, I'm going to take it because I know I'm going to win. And Ion was a huge piece of that puzzle. Meanwhile, Satellite can still hang out with the squad, still get a lot of that space, allowing for the rest of the squad to be able to meander their way up. Both Satellite and Ion right now leading the kill feed for their team, and I think it's very much deserved so. Xander, Nature, and Exa have been doing a good job at like using the utility, but really when it comes out to those standout players, Ion and Satellite both are willing to take such aggressive timings, and generally speaking, have been rewarded for it.
Yeah, we're always expecting Ion to do very well, like the desk kind of set up perfectly with the Envy last year. Let's have a look how they tackled this round. They've got a decent amount of ults to kind of play for the post plant. They've got this wall, convergent pass. They've got even a pit too in one. So still looking for Bob to come up with some key kills. Swing and a miss.
Oh, no
nice
way.
aggressive
Spike
peek though.
down A.
Yeah, they're not even letting SRB get anywhere near the sites. Oh, a shot and Satellite doesn't TP in time. 2 on 5. That timeout for Blue Otter working wonders.
It's so interesting because you see that like first wave of aggression from Shopify Rebellion Black, and then immediately, you know, they've got the protocols to get out if they need to. But the aggression from Blue Water that time completely counteracts it. They walk out, you know, they get their information, Shopify Rebellion Black back off, and Blue Water completely chase them down, catching them off guard, securing 3 kills so early on. And now, once again, the spike in such an inopportune spot. 4 members of Blue Water just watching it like a dog, making sure that there is nothing here. But Ion does have the convergent paths. I wonder if this is an opportunity, but it looks like maybe this will just be a save to carry these rifles into the next round.
Yeah, there's no way they go
30
for anything
seconds
crazy.
left.
Like you said, just so quickly executing through that Viper wall. They were very ready for SRB to make a quick play, but they just beat him to the punch. So yeah, just 18 seconds more of just waiting around. All good. I mean, we're expecting Bob to come up with large things too. I mean, you've got the op online
10
already.
seconds
He's been
left.
holding down B, transition to A heaven. Last couple of rounds. We'll see where they end up going next, because that line also on B main has been challenged a lot of the time as well early by SRB.
And a lot of those like early kind of re-op peaks up against each other. Like if Bob can kind of nail those, then suddenly Blue Water are in such a good position to be able to spin out the round. They remove one of the main players on Shopify Rebellion Black currently with how they've been kind of playing these sniper compositions. But still, unfortunately, the Chamber hasn't quite found that value just quite yet. But still staying alive is quite a big deterrence, if you ask me, because you don't want to be walking into those crosshairs without any sort of support from your team. So different look for the Shopify Rebellion Black attack this time. Gonna go for a 3-1-1 across the map here. A little bit more emphasis being played onto this A site, but it is just kind of Satellite rolling in, so we'll be able to just TP out of there if things start to get a little bit hairy, while the rest of Shopify Rebellion just kind of play it slow outside.
See that dog covering as much of that smoke as they possibly could, just weaving in and out, making sure no one's hiding inside of it. Hit available from Exa. Slowly but surely, like you said, just trying to get people off of their lines, but both Tuzi and Bob pretty ingrained in on B.
Spit aggression, though, could work out perfectly. Heartless still up into heaven. Xander just kind of trying to keep them
pushing.
honest here. Gets flushed out.
What a flick. Nice. So it does get traded. Quick orb take as well. Take another one, and oh, that is disastrous for Heartless. I mean, that is an awful spot to be in. Now a quick duel with Ion on the high ground as Heaven control for SRB. And now Spike and point control too. Good luck getting through the pit. Covering that Spike perfectly. 399 trying to clear Heaven.
Spike planted.
Same with Bob. No op anymore. Switching over to Phantom.
And that's really important too. The pit purely just deployed to make sure that Bob doesn't have any angles here. So this is going to be a tough retake coming in. Still, paint shells are online, and that will at least clear one of the corners inside this pit.
Couple of blast packs as well.
One
But surely
enemy
making their
remaining.
way up, not trying to reveal any kind of noise. Bob has already gone down, and yeah, all right. Ion showing off now. As there was shorty double shot there on 399 in that round. It was, yeah, it felt almost inevitable. That Viper's pit, like you said, only with that nade, it's just so hard without any more clear.
And I got to comment on the waylay tech here. I mean, we see Ion just
That was
kind
so
of
nasty,
fly
man.
all the way through. And usually you see waylays try to go for the, oh yeah, you know, I'm going to try and go for the kill. And then we usually see them go down. Nope, never mind. Just toss Saturate at the ground and I'm going to get the heck out of here, allowing the rest of the team to swing through and secure that kill, especially with how well Heartless has been shooting. No need to kind of, you know, throw your body at that sky and kind of end things out. A good adaptation though, Blue Water. So aware that Shopify Rebellion Black have been hitting mid quite frequently, and so they reinforce it this time.
So another dog. Iron already dead though. Large carry potential now down for SRB as Tuzi gets a double. Exa trying to find some sort of anything really. Any space, any kill, any free pick. Like, a Blue Water are not giving them a chance. A minute to go and what feels like quite a similar situation. As soon as Blue Water get a couple of early kills, SRB just kind of wandering around trying to find something. Dimensional Drift even being popped here. Oh, it's Exa just kills Heartless through smoke. Okay, well, that's one way to open this one up, Max. Oh, what a shot. Oh, make that two. All right, Xander. Show us what you got. Come on.
Oh.
They know where you are. It's unfortunate. They know where you are. But come on. Just one. Just one here. Just pretend he doesn't exist.
30
He's also
seconds
got the
left.
Bucky around the corner. This is not looking good.
Oh, no. I'll take the free one.
And quite frankly, that was just pure timing coming through from Blue Water. The fact that we see that aggression come through onto mid, Shopify Rebellion Black, assuming that they did their due diligence to kind of clear off those angles. And yet just some of the members of Blue Water step in from that B heaven, go right into the smokes and completely catch Shopify Rebellion by surprise. And suddenly, like, you got people pushed all the way through at to the top of middle, and yet still there's somebody behind you. And the backup isn't necessarily doing a good job of clearing them out either. That was single smoke play. Works out perfectly for Blue Water to stop the play before it even happens. It's gonna be the tour de force on line for Bob to make up for the lack of operator this round with Shopify Rebellion Black in a full save here minus Ion.
You're max chilling if you're Blue Otter right now. Just don't die to the Stinger Rush challenge. Still have the wall, divergent paths. I mean, they've got ults here to use. They want to make something happen fast. Xander. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, it worked on you. Why can't it work for you? Well, there we go.
Boy.
Double kill. Oh, and shoot the bodies too. That's it, my son. A nice double. And now here comes the entryway through heaven. Satellite takes a kill. Upgrading those SMGs to rifles. There's now is Bob and 399. A very familiar situation for Bob. But again, you just got this ult. Because rock launcher though. Surely. They know. Oh, gets the kill. 399 though. Even in the score. 3-on-2 now. As Exit on the high ground. Just with the sheriff. That's all they need.
Bob with the ultimate as well. So unlucky, but might as well give it a shot. Only has a classic in hand. So we'll be trying to take some of the rifles out of the members of Shopify Rebellion's hands. At this point, this round is all but doomed. It's time Xander really making up for how that last one went. You know, we got to see him pop around the corner, immediately get buckied. This time around, Stinger finds a nice 2K, completely opening things up, allowing for Ion to fly in through the sights. The rest of the flood-in looks fantastic from Shopify Rebellion, just completely manhandling their sights, but it's all because Xander finds those kills.
Yeah, 399 not looking too bad either, but again, Bob left alone in the very end, and she's unable to kind of clutch it out. Seeing it 2 and 6 on the chamber currently. No tour de force kills either. Back onto the rifle though, final round. Always switch side.
Cosmic Divide very early on here.
They're going
all the
fast.
ultimates being popped.
Oh boy, I think Bob dodged that too. All ends up getting deployed. Bob alone on the side currently though, and yeah, quickly dealt with. That wall just so tricky to deal with, but a quick pop flash through it though. That's 2Z a kill, but now Ion on a flank has got control of heaven as the Seekers end up connecting with the site.
3 for 3.
Nothing necessarily found either, so just a regroup for Blue Otter. At this moment, they still have that paranoia, still have 2 flashes, but still, SRB have a good hold on this set.
Poison's off.
Well, they don't check this back corner. Oh, no, yes, they do. Okay, so now X is kind of solo. So 2-on-1. Don't let Exa get a kill here. They do. But they trade. But now a 2-on-3 TP and a flash onto the sites. But Ion's got such a good cross. But Heartless shuts it down. Xander jumping into the smoke. Zostal falls as the spike ticks away. Heartless looking for Summit. But it will be all SRB this round. And that'll be 8 as we jump on to the next half.
Switching sides.
Or 7.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you know, it's so funny. Sometimes you just have to dump all your ultimates in and immediately just intimidate your opponent on the site there. And you can tell, like, the intimidation, not necessarily the intimidation, all of the ultimates as well as the utility gave Bob next to no option for what she could kind of do. The flooded was gonna be inevitable. Bob looking for maybe just a single kill, but the rest of Blue Water gets cut off and kept at bay amidst all of the pressure that was implemented onto that site. So a great execute coming in from Shopify Rebellion Black, almost just hitting the I want to win this game button. And so they find themselves at 7-5 now. Still though, as we swap sides here, a lot to like from this Blue Otter team. They've individually have been playing a really strong game and still being able to find their moments up against this very stacked Shopify Rebellion Black roster. And so really this map still could go either way.
No Bandit Gaming though. This is so sad. Oh, Bob having a very tricky game so far. Just not having the impact we thought she'd have on this chamber. Tried to go for a hero peek onto the player in heaven. There comes the wall, popped up. And Nature is going to kind of miss a timing there with people popping through the smoke. Although, as the timing onto Zostal was looking heaven and quickly swung back. 399 though, still making this push heard with Satellite with a 22 HP. 399 shot in the back as Exa takes over heaven. But now a 1-on-3 and in enviable position for 2Z.
On top of that, Ion so close by, shorty in hand. This is tough.
Yeah, I mean, inevitability is a word that we use a lot, and it's apt there for sure. Another round win for SRB.
Yeah, great kind of pistol round there. And once again, it just comes down to the individual heroics. But you can tell, like, when it comes to playing off of one another, I'm still really impressed by how they decide to kind of play this one off, specifically off of the Waylay. We've seen quite a bit of Waylay start to get played by a lot of these other teams, but it always feels like the Waylay is flying in just at the right times. Ion is able to find so much space without kind of giving up the life for free and is able to actually have impact. And sure, Ion leading with kills right now, but it feels like just that intimidation factor has been so instrumental for Shopify Rebellion Black claiming space and allowing for kind of those surprise moments that they've been able to find a lot of kills onto Blue Water.
Try mid push. Oh, you can't trick me, not that easily. Oh, go on, go for it. 399 is like 16 HP. Classic right click, not good enough. Sander from Mail gets a kill. Same in Nature on 399. And Blue Otter's push up mid. Not looking so great. Mid. Bob once again, last player alive. Trying to find an angle. Oh, that's unlucky. Go on. Just one tap. There's one. Another. Nature, yeah, unfortunately playing with Bob a little bit there, but it's another round for SRB. And well, 9-5. And now the buy round can come in for Blue Otter.
Now let's see kind of what they're able to bring to the table here. An excellent round for Shopify Rebellion. The full bonus more or less coming through. Xander going to be the only one who has to buy up a little bit of a sheriff into this next one. Right now, while all of that fighting was happening, Satellite able to just kind of maneuver through and take all of that space and be able to find that backstab online. Satellite previously into that Sentinel role on Cupid Academy last season, very familiar with kind of the solo lurk, and especially now onto this Yoru, has a little bit more tools to kind of work off of compared to that Cypher that we previously saw him play quite often. And so a lot of tools available. It just manpower for Shopify Rebellion Black here, as it is going to be Blue Water once again re-exploring middle, trying to take a little bit of space, but they're so intimidated as Ion just going to move things forwards into Zostal.
Oh, what a shot.
That's disgusting.
Gets away scot-free as well. All right, Blue Otter have lost 2Z already. A couple of flashes down for the team, which is not going to be good for an entry. Looks like they're trying to pivot towards B, but yeah, it was they're still picking up Ion. I mean, it prompts the response here, you'd imagine, from Nature to kind of ASCP run over. But now Bob can maybe take some space, although to be fair, with 399 getting that kill, maybe a B finishes where they want to head. Although I say that, but no, looks like they're heading all the way back.
An excellent denial coming through from Shopify Rebellion there. Satellite making sure to be able to find that outlaw kill, allows the space for Exa to move up with the judge. At that point, Bob's gotten so much space on A. You got more than enough time to be able to rotate through. But I'm looking at Bob's position. It's so far forwards here. Shopify Rebellion Black have to know this, but still that gun difference might make it happen.
I mean, there's a seize, there is a flash. So Bob could be flushed out. But using that early just to flush out one player and then not being able to get to sight with it could be a little rough. Another player in screens there. Heartless spotted, trying to bait for Bob. Seize comes in and the seize is good. A headshot from Exa. And now Heartless on the run. 4 bullets left, but it's all good. Zosel with 1 and Heartless with 2.
Heartless like, yo, if no one got my back, Zo still got my back. Is able to just completely back off. Uses the reload. Sure, yeah, it probably needed to get the reload off there. But could use it as bait, really, because then you see the members of Shopify Rebellion go hunting right into the crosshairs of Zostal, holding that so far away, Guardian in hand, finding all of the headshots necessary. And Shopify Rebellion Black just, once again, red in their eyes, so ready to just kind of move through in on secure that kill, allowing Heartless to be able to pop out as well. Excellent little synergies kind of coming out between those two players there to keep Blue Otter in the middle of it. It's going to be, once again, a bit of a full buy from both of these squads here. Ion going to have that operator in hand. Blue Otter take a lot of space on the mid. We'll just be kind of spraying things down. Shopify Rebellion trying to control it, but Satellite gets spotted out, has to immediately step off here.
Again, mid control being pivotal importance here. They try and make their way up, but they're just getting dogged. A nice blind there on exit is going to force them back. But look at how much damage has already been done. I mean, a lot of them are one tap already. Nature, exit, they're just picking them apart. Everybody moved forward their marks, and they were like, what, 50 HP each? Like,
the one thing
it's like they lost a limb when they went for the push.
Enemy remaining.
Still got a dog left. Yeah, you know where they are. You know where they are. Heartless 86 HP and Xander with the cleanup. God, that was a nice hold of mid.
And that's the thing that I'm seeing a lot in challengers right now. I know it's only day 2 at this point. We don't want to analyze any sort of trends. But if we were to analyze some of the trends, then one of the things I'm seeing is split defense. A lot of attacking teams are having such a hard time being able to take mid presence. The defenders simply on the crossfire have consistently been able to win these rounds. We saw Blue Water do it last time. We saw the previous matchup. Hamadi to be able to do it. Evictix able to do it. It just feels like that is such a difficult read for a lot of these players, and yet Blue Water, they aren't quite done yet. They move immediately and get gunned down.
I mean, yeah, mid control, if it wasn't impossible before, it's impossible now. Although, my word, the MG42 like bunker fire there into the pit ends up killing the Viper, luckily, but still with mid control. Shotguns in hand, but no, Heartless wanted the gun a little bit too desperately. A nice paranoia, but Satellite doesn't need vision. From orbit there, picks up 4. Bob, though, with a return kill, but again, 3-on-1. Op in hand for Ion. Bob's chance to probably go for a save. Pit is even on the other side of the street to her.
I love being able to see Satellite be able to pop off in that moment. Bob, though, able to find Ion, suddenly makes this somewhat of a winnable scenario here.
Yeah, hang on, hold your horses. Or hold your otters, I suppose. Oh. Retreat into A main, but yeah, heard out by Xander and Nature, so... Ooh, hang on. Little slick with it.
30 seconds left.
Love me a good ring around the rosy all the way around, but more than plenty of time here for Bob to be able to kind of get this one down. Talking about how we needed to see Bob kind of pop off, but this is going to be tough. Xander and Nature very familiar how to play off of one another. 2 rifles in hand. Spike will be able to go down here, but thankfully they're not too far away, so should be enough time for them to rotate around. It's going to be up to Bob to be able to find this double kill.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick rotation. Yeah, like you said, they were already at mid, so they didn't exactly book it to A. They're already on site. Yeah. Surely they know. Yep, they're going to know now. Either B main or CT. Oh, and CT it was. Bob with the swing onto the site. Smoke down. Nature Bob in a 1v1. Smoke disappearing. And Bob with the win. 4 kills for Bob. Satellite picking up 4 for SRB, but Bob doesn't want better.
That is unbelievable. We were looking for that kind of clutch up moment from Bob to be able to kind of step up and win that one out. And SRB, I mean, that time around, yeah, Satellite really tried to carry this one across the finish line. Once again, it's just this all-out brawl in the middle here, with Satellite being able to find so much value, just so aware of everything, and yet Bob coming out on top. SRB, they split themselves off trying to get an opportunity, get that backstab online, but instead just split themselves up, allowing Bob to be able to find it. Tour de force back online. A little bit of information given away, but SRB on a full save. Satellite and Ion, the 2 duelists right now, holding it down with Buckies in hand, as immediately it's a little bit of that denial in mid. Still a little bit scared to kind of poke and prod this machine, as we know SRB have been very good at holding mid.
Getting out as much util as humanly possible. See if Bob ends up getting an entry pick. Xander knows. I mean, Bob's been playing these angles for so long.
And actually, the call gets made here. So we see Blue Water start to rotate themselves over. SRB haven't given up a single thing. And now, finally, Satellite is going to be moving forward. Once again, that Bucky could be huge.
Uh-oh, that's a lot of ults. Dodging a couple of them. Quickly stunned up. Satellite with the Bucky on the site already, but the nade flushes them out.
Down with.
And quickly is felled by Tuzi.
30 seconds left.
Exa
Spike planted.
making their way towards mid. I mean, there's just so much utility still available for Blue Otter. And only a Bucky, maybe just looking for exit kills at this point.
Yeah, you see Ion's positioning here where Nature and Exa are. All of them just kind of waiting for an opportunity maybe to get one of those guns, get a couple more ultimate orbs online. Nature the only one who really doesn't care about it that much, already with the Nightfall in his pocket. But if you're Blue Water, given how things are going, you want to make sure you walk away from this one alive. You still have an ultimate online. Tuzi as well, 1 away, so we'll try to give up the life.
Okay, well, looking the wrong way there. Trying to dodge the flash. It's fine.
Man.
I got money. It's fine. We're chill.
Just let Ion get one more closer to having convergent paths online.
Yeah. Not the best. It's all good.
It's just a flood in right now from Blue. Oh, no, not the freeze frame. Oh, you're doing it dirty there.
Put it on the wall. Print it out, put it on the wall. That's something with the timeout now.
Okay, well, now we're seeing SRB take that time out because, once again, like coming into this matchup, you take a look at these 2 teams, you're expecting a certain result. You're expecting Shopify Rebellion with the prestige, with the experience of a lot of these players to kind of come into this one and be able to really just walk away with things. And yet we're seeing a pop-off performance from Heartless, from Tuzi. 399 as well has started to really step up. And I think that it's very classic split that we're seeing right now, and it's working out for them. They're more or less ready to kind of take some of those duels, and it doesn't feel like, unless we get into more of those close range battles, you know, when there's a lot of smokes kind of going on and we see the kind of shenanigans, the dive that we expect from the waylay coming through, where we get to see Shopify Rebellion Black really thrive. Satellite has been really trying to pull the team across the finish line, but right now it feels like Xander, Nature, and Nature have been getting kind of caught off guard consistently by Blue Otter, not afraid to kind of go in and take that ego duel and more or less win it out against those players.
Here.
I was thinking they might just want to rip it onto a site with Tuzi's ult, but looks like a 2-3 here.
Good information given up, but Satellite trying to take it forwards.
Yeah, all right. Quick TP away. Screams. Did end up giving up elbow or ramp, but should be fine with that. Heaven control still in Ion's hands.
You say that, but at the same time, Blue Water actually are too scared to go into Heaven, so even though they're able to flush out the Yoru, they have a feeling that something's going on there. We saw another bird kind of fly out there, try and get more information whether or not someone was there, and that's just more utility being drained out of Blue Otter's pocket. While SRB, they really just kind of use the Yoru stuff there to force that kind of back off, but Ion gonna be lurking forwards.
Who's next?
Oh, what? Yeah. 399. That was half a second before Ion probably backs up there. 2Z, dimensional drift on to B. Teleports, thought about.
Obscuring vision.
Oh, thought about. And now, yeah, straight to
30
backside.
seconds
Full
left.
control here on B, but they still need to deal with Xander. Bob, swing out of the smoke, trades the kill, but still need to get that spike down. And now they've allowed Blue Otter, or SRB, sorry, to now push back of CT. So they're all kind of grouped up, waiting, and still heaven for them too. So they're actually in a really good spot here. Nightfall ends up coming in. Bob, though, tried to go for the shots, but hindered Decay Mark. Everything thrown at Bob to try and take her out. And those assists kind of painting the whole picture there with Satellite grabbing that kill. Heartless, though, dueling out Satellite. Dodges the flash, picks up the kill onto the Yoru. And how does Heartless win that? Doesn't win that one, though. Half was already diffused as Nature finishes off the next. I'm not sure how on earth you get that kill. But hey, you end up getting cleaned up. I was like, every button on the keyboard panic press there.
When the nerves start shaking, so does the hand.
Yeah.
And yeah, not looking the cleanest from Exa, but that's okay. I still like the setup kind of being done there. Exa's really trying to make that one happen, but then Nature just so aware, goes for the swing, goes for the kill. And of course, once again, it's Satellite's aggression that really starts Shopify Rebellion Black off on the right foot, going from that dimensional drift mid-plant to try and get that information, go for that early Nightfall, but then trying to play that one forwards, add a little bit more pressure to discombobulate Blue Otter. It's a lot of pressure and it works out well.
Oh, nice kill from 399. I needs to be able to get out of there. The amount of cover and fire there, trying to spam down into the heaven is kind of insane. Now Nature's turn to step up to the plate, but Heartless shots him down. A triple splay down and a flawless round coming through from Blue Otter. Look at all those blue X's. That is a little ridiculous.
You know, earlier we were like, oh, look at Satellite. He doesn't need to see. He can still find those kills. And apparently the same applies to Blue Otter at that point. Smoked off completely. Hold that left mouse click down and just kind of swing your mouse around. See what's going to happen? Oh, snap. Okay, we just won the round.
Oh, 3 kills. Oh, sick. Nice.
Yeah. I love it when that happens. Why does that happen in my ranked games? But it finally, that middle aggression that we see Shopify Rebellion Black on that defense do such a good job at kind of clamping down on, it gets dealt with. And it's purely just off of a spray down through these smokes. And so now SRB a little bit more scared, given the fact that they're on this weaker weaponry as well. Gonna go for that jump spot, gets a bit of information. Of course, we're gonna be seeing Blue Water yet again, adding a little bit of discretion onto mid side. But now it's just gonna be a nice and slow from Blue Water. They know they have the weapon advantage and they're not afraid to kind of flex it whenever they decide to make a decision.
Ion and Satellite were basically on top of each other there. With those shorties in male. Decoy. Dash. Yeah. Okay, there's the TP away. Oh, good.
A lot of information gained. And on top of that, they get all of that space now. So Blue Water still have a lot to play with. Plenty of time as well. Still 45 seconds left on the clock, and they will be making their way towards A side. The fact that Shopify Rebellion Black had to give up mid-presence means they don't know where Blue Water are going to end.
Nature just gently jiggle peeking.
30 seconds
3
left.
players on B for SRB. Here come the Seekers. C's thrown out. Here comes the flashes, but that wall is going to buy them some time. Valuable time for both players. Satellite on Iron to make their way through spawn. Blue up onto the high ground, or 399. It doesn't manage to find anything, but Tuzi's going to open this one up. Onto the side, though, as Nature's behind them. You got to check every angle, man. Nature just runs them down, picks up a gun, and that's the plan. Not connecting. Will they get it? Yes! 0.15 seconds remaining on the clock. Nature, almost the hero for SRB. Cut short. My word.
Oh,
that would have been a round of Valorant of all time if that plant didn't go off.
Xander as well ran for the hills as soon as nature kind of confirms that kill. Just stay alive, no time to plant. And with just a sliver, just a little margin left on the clock, able to get that spike down, and suddenly it's all blue Otter all day. Heartbreaking for Shopify Rebellion Black here.
Don't give him the orb. No. All good. There you go. Spike ends up going off. My word. Yeah, I think I saw on the clock 0.15 was they were that close, like a few frames off from losing that round from the heroics of nature. You see the amount of people that went past nature. The patience from nature there was absurd. Quite like Mother Nature herself.
And on top of that too, it comes down to just hanging out in the smoke again. You know, we're seeing so many players inside of the smoke. Players on both of the teams just being like, yeah, there's no way no one's in there. And as a result of that, just able to kind of meander their way into the back line of a squad. Completely unchecked, but aggressive again for Blue Otter.
Oh, this wall has just been working out so well.
Oh.
Ion gets two. Zosu tried to TP away there. Excess wall has been so pivotal into holding on to A. Bob with a nice angle onto like ropes here, but probably not even going to give her the opportunity.
And good just understanding from Shopify Rebellion on where Bob might be hanging out. That smoke, that's more than enough to kind of allow for that reposition, allow for the push-up angle, while of course the members that are still inside of it will be able to get out scot-free. Nature kind of aware that something might be happening in this A Heaven site, while the rest of the people move in onto the site. Keep your eye on Satellite though. We're still hanging out here with an operator. The flash from Heartless should be able to make this one possible. But Tuzi's gone so far away. Wonder what Blue Otter's call is going to be.
Bob's going to have such a nice line here, but again, that wall from Exit is going to put a thorn in her side. Slowly but surely, Satellite with one kill.
Spike down A.
Bob's going to try and make her way forward now. Takes a shot, hits a clone. Hoping to try and get another. Bob making their way past that wall too. She's going to have such a nice angle on screens, but she needs to go and plant. Tuzi at least picks up a kill, and unfortunately, Bob ends up going down, transitioning to the point itself. And that'll be SRB on match point.
And Satellite still playing so dynamically around that site with the operator in hand is able to take Heartless down, really making the spike so much more difficult for them to be able to get on and get the spike. It's well played by Shopify Rebellion Black, just kind of cooling things off a little bit in that mid-rounding. Making sure to really stand their ground against Blue Otter, play off of the fact that Blue Otter have to engage into them, set up protocols so they know what to do. It's going to be aggressive on this B side here as Ion still going to be looking for something right off the rip and gets taken out.
Wow, yeah, Ion. Gun animation there, didn't end up finishing off, so couldn't even get a shot off even if they wanted to. Exo already out of heaven. Dimensional drift coming in. The Otter in such a good spot. I mean, 399 jumping forward. Just getting at least one kill and trade it out. Satellite op versus 3, and Bob's got an op as well. So I don't think you can even get a rifle at this point if you're Satellite, so you're gonna have to try an alternate angle to go for. Looks like the angle is just save the op for the next round.
One of my favorite angles, if you ask me. Just teleport all the way across the map.
I am that chamber player. I will save my scope, no matter the scope, every single round if I can.
Listen, if you want me to shoot with the sniper rifle and find those kills, then I gotta be alive with my sniper rifle. So you gotta do what you gotta do.
You spin with that one.
Still, I mean, given the economy of Shopify Rebellion Black, they should be able to come back into this one, being able to buy up completely. Assuming Satellite doesn't take any damage right now, should be able to buy the rifle as well as a full shield here. Catches out Bob, yeah, make sure that that operator gets dropped out. But Blue Otter right now are not hurting for credits on their side either, so both a big buy up for both of these teams. And this is going to be the round that can really see how this one is going to go. Shopify Rebellion Black are going to take their time out here because, well, Blue Otter, if they take this round, will force overtime. And once again, coming into this one, you know, we were like, Blue Otter, they can pop off, but they're going up against the Avengers on Shopify Rebellion Black. A bunch of crazy superheroes pulled together that should be able to pull this whole thing out. And yet still we're at an 11-12 scoreline on Shopify Rebellion Black's map pick. Sure, we can chalk this up to Shopify Rebellion Black not necessarily having a lot of time to play together to kind of work on some of those synergies, but I like the alternative perspective that this is really just a sign that Blue Otter are going to be one of the teams to keep your eye on here in Challengers. I've been very impressed with how they're not afraid to kind of take these opportunities, take these timings, and the 3 new players to this roster have just been heating it up on this map.
Yeah, talking about individuals too. Heartless is having a hell of a game. 22 and 15 right now on the Sky. A lot of heroics coming through. I'm looking at Xander. It's got the wall. It's got the judge. Double judge. Oh, X is going for one as well. Okay. No, Guardian. Okay. Well, at least one judge on the field. Again, trying to like lock down that mid. Blue Otter want to try and get a little bit of info first in B main.
Concealment.
A bit of a different angle this time, but honestly speaking, I think that's just a big
Satellite's
satellite.
Wow.
Oh, that timing is just so unlucky.
Would have at least got one there, you would imagine. Quick rotation though, but look at this. 399 already made their way into hell and just pushing on through. Nature dead, X are down. Bob was just lurking around. Shorty though, Satellite's one is better. Ion in the back lines, and yeah, Heartless not looking so clean and crisp now with a bullet in the back of your head. Dimensional drift for Satellite right in the corner of the site. No scope with the op. Oh
my goodness.
Can't see anything. Neither can. Okay, someone's going to die eventually. Okay, there it is. It's Doozy that comes up with a kill. That was ridiculous. That is the smallest gap I've ever seen for a Astra wall. They know Doozy's there. They're like, what are you going to do? How do you get Doozy out of that position? Just how? Bob with 3, and that will be it. We're going to OT.
Switching sides.
What is going on, man?
That wall is absurd, bro.
I was like, oh,
Give
this
me a
is
replay of that.
This is such a fun way to play the Yoru ultimate here. And immediately Satellite gets clocked, and then it's just 2 Yorus.
Give me a replay.
Skippity-doo. Yeah, here we go.
Put clown music on this. Like, what is that? And then how do you get Doozy out of that position too? Like, it's almost impossible.
Oh my goodness me. Okay, well, full reset now as we get into overtime. So good job for Blue Water being able to win that one out. Finding so many opportunities on some of the shenanigans that Shopify Rebellion were kind of hoping to pull off and surprise your opponent here. And now we swap back around. Blue Otter onto this defense yet again. Shopify Rebellion Black on the offense, and it really feels like this is just going to continuously be this battle for middle, a trade of utility to try and flush the other team out before they try and take their space here, as it will be Nature holding the spike, using that utility to at least clear out that space.
Bob trying to find a line. Extra kind of positioned fairly far forward. Oh, seeing the knees. Oh, wow. Bob flicks the wrong way as Exa takes care of that op. Bob going down on that side of the map as well. He's actually going to prop Heartless to take her position up. But a full rotation here. SRB looking like they want to finish B.
That's such good information gained from Heartless right now. Knows that immediately there's nobody that's pushing up onto A. Means it has to be a B or a middle hit. So just to be safe, Blue Water, they got themselves ready on B.
Oh, they see the gate crash. There is the dash in and straight back out. And hello, Doozy. Yeah, we already saw you, buddy. As Zostal does end up going down. What an absurd explosion onto site there by SRB. Just an absolute ridiculous play from Satellite. And with the spike planted as well, Heartless. Good luck. This is a 1v4. And Xander has an op, and they know exactly where you are. Oh, trying to draw the fire. Heartless gets 1. Heartless gets 2. Hold the phone. Heartless gets 3. Seeker's deployed, but there's just not enough time.
Okay.
Nature finishes off the Sky. As Heartless attempts with the heroics there, as Nature decides, you know what, doesn't matter how much time we got left. I'll take the fight anyway.
You know, Heartless really trying to stop my heart there for a second. Craziness kind of going on there. Maybe a little bit of trolling from Shopify Rebellion Black. They really thought that they could just kind of take this one, but Heartless just walking away with it. Honestly, it's just been a crazy map for this Blue Water player. but it still will be Shopify Rebellion Black winning it out. I really like the way that they engage in on some of these sites. It always looks so clean and the util feels so coordinated to just overwhelm any of the defenders here. But of course, now that we see Shopify Rebellion Black go onto the defense, I'm curious how they're going to try and change things up, maybe to find an opportunity to take Blue Otter down. If they can get this round, they can get their map pick. Blue Otter really with an opportunity to cause one of the biggest upsets, being able to win against Shopify Rebellion Black on their own map choice.
Taking a hard exec on to B, or at least try to. 5 players stacked up for Blue Otter. Xander, yeah, taking care of that teleport. Thwarted the push for the time being, but left Bob inserted. Onto the high ground though, and the dog didn't quite connect, but Xander's bullets definitely did. Bob goes down. They go back to mid.
A little bit of a hold here. Ion playing far forwards with X trying to be the spotter here. Smoke goes off, should give up what's going on.
Looking for some chip damage. Shorty in hand. 1 HP on the sky. Head spotted, but Heartless with a 90-degree swing there ends up taking down Ion despite them being 1 HP. Heartless with another. Spike collected. Heaven
left.
control on B. Xander in main currently. Are they actually going to check this playing in the smoke? Heartless is half HP. Is going to be able to get the spike connected to the floor. And here come the Seekers.
Info.
And one heading towards. Okay, so they now know. But 2Z doesn't quite kill Xander as Nature now collapses in on the site. SRB aren't out of this just yet. In a 2-on-3, Satellite goes pretty low, but Xander still 21 HP, wants to be able to turn the ire of both 399 and 2Z and make space for the rest of SRB to walk in. Satellite, hands taking clean off. Nature with the swing. Low has to reload. Time's a ticking though, as 399 watches that one up and takes us to another.
Blue Otter not out of this one yet, and it really just came down to Ion being forced in such uncomfortable positioning there. Spotted the gun barrel for a second, and yet it's the W key nature of Blue Otter in that smoke, completely dodging all of the bullets. Xander almost being able to shut down Heartless, but wow, what an impact Heartless has had. Sure, the flashes have looked so darn good every single time, but Heartless has consistently been winning duels up against Shopify Rebellion Black. It is looking amazing from these new players on Blue Otter. Gonna say that one a number of times, but once again, we go back 13-13. Double overtime gets activated.
Mid push, you know this one's coming. Oh, that is a lot of util being thrown out already. Wow, Ion fearless right now. And spraying through the smoke and kills 399. Okay, well, that's definitely a kill. Unfortunately, 2Z looking a little bit battered up there. We're losing their partner.
Yeah, and like all that util, and they just get a little bit of spray damage on Nature. It's not necessarily how you wanted that one to go, but 2Z has an opportunity to really get this one.
Nice pop flash. All right, well, at least gets the trade. How long can Zozel actually hold on for, though? Ion not quite looking at backside. Zozel with a TP. Smoke right next to him, now playing in it, now teleporting even further back, but straight into the sight lines of Exa. Heartless trying to make another hero play onto the side, but 3 players looking at CT. There was just no chance there for Heartless. Good luck. Bob dropping the op. Picking up a rifle that was laying in mid. And the pit.
Yeah, this one's going to be tough here, but Bob gonna try and make this one work. Only 10 bullets left in the clip. Well, everyone just holding close by with shorties in hand.
Yeah. You need to hit the reload at some point. I mean, to take 3 players out, plus no armor, because they've got the op. Like, there's the shorty, and that'll be that. SRB, match point.
Man, it's so chaotic on some of these rounds for Shopify Rebellion Black on how they kind of want to play that one out, but overall, still doing an excellent job on this attack here. While Blue Water, I mean, attack definitely feels like it's their favorite side as well. A little bit of shenanigans kind of going on and kind of claiming some of the space onto that site, but Blue Water still just being overwhelmed round after round on their defense. Bob could be back with the glass cannon op. Be looking for something, but this time will be spotted immediately thanks to that Prowler. So a little bit of information, at least as to where that operator is sitting. It's Blue Water. Tale as old as time. They want mid.
I mean, they've been running a 4-1 for so long with Bob on either A or B. Looks like Bob's going to join them this time around with that op. But will SRB give them mid for free? The answer is absolutely not. Oh, this is going to be deadly. Straight in the corner there. Ion gets traded. However, still though, mid control is what they need. But even that flash doesn't stop Exa in male. Bob and Social left. Phantom and an op versus 4. Or Social's head peeking for a frame there. But SRB looking to take this one home. And Social is so low, Marks.
Quick little reset, but the smoke comes down. They're going to try and grab the spike now.
Let's TP away. Oh, the spike. It's just so far out of reach. Bob trying to move up with this op. Tries to dodge the flash, but you can't dodge a 4-person swing. SRB with the map win.